Hey guys, this is my review. I know it's been a minute for Avatar: The Way of Water. As you know, uh, this is the sequel to Avatar, not The Last Airbender, the Avatar with the blue people. It is James Cameron's first of many sequels now because it's made a lot of money. And he said if it makes the money, then he'll make the rest of the sequels. I think he wants 5 movies total. Um, First Avatar, 2009, huge. Everybody had never seen these tech specs really, um, mainly like video games, but like movie wise, the stuff that he did with 3D and how it looked in IMAX, HFR. I wonder if the old one was HFR. I don't remember. I saw it probably 4 times, maybe more than that, maybe like 7. I don't know. It was the thing. Like, everybody wanted to see Avatar. It was the thing that you should see in theaters. I can honestly say I've never watched it at home. I definitely turned it off, but also I didn't like the first one that much. So there's that too. That's probably why I didn't watch it at home. Way of Water, as you know, written by James Cameron and I think it's a few other people. James Cameron directed it as well, but it's also written by him, Rick Jaffa, Adam. Sorry, not Adam. Amanda Silver. It stars Jake Sully as Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana as Neytiri again. Sigourney Weaver is back. She's in some flashbacks with her character, but she also plays. I think she was Jane in the first movie, and now she's Kiri, which is a younger girl. She's the second youngest child that they have, and the daughter. So I think she's second youngest, but she's one of the daughters now, and she voices her. Stephen Lang is back as Quaritch, which he is the villain from the first movie, as you know, the lieutenant or general, whatever he was. Kate Winslet's in the movie as Renal. Cliff Curtis is in the movie. I love Cliff Curtis. Fear the Walking Dead. He's been in a couple of things, actually. CCH Pounder is Moat. She's in the movie as well. Joel David Moore. We have Jermaine Clement in the movie. And Trinity Jolie Bliss is Took. Jack Champion is Spider. Bailey Bass is Soraya, which is crazy because she looks kind of just like her character. A lot of them kind of do. So basically, I just noticed that. Sorry. Avatar: Way of Water is the sequel to Avatar. 13 years later, after COVID and a bunch of other things like that. The movie starts with Jake and Neytiri. You know, Jake from the first movie becomes a full Navi now. So he's not human with the actual avatar of a Navi. He's an actual Navi. And he has children with Neytiri. And the children that he has with her are Kiri, and then I can't remember the other one's names. I think it's Kiri, Loak, the youngest one. They have $2 and 2 sons. And so the 2 sons are a bit older. One of them's a little bit younger, and then one daughter is really young, and then the other one's younger. And then Spider's like kind of like their adopted kid. The movie starts with him narrating about his whole family and talking about how important family is to him and everything, and how, you know, basically the first movie is the humans left and then the humans come back, and they come back and start doing what they always do, which is try to take resources. The resources are unobtainium, and then there's some stuff in the movie you learn that it's like from these, they have these whale creatures, kind of. They're called, what were their names? I forgot. I've only seen the movie once. I'm not gonna lie. I can't watch it again. It's too long, and I didn't enjoy it. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't. I forgot what it is now. It starts with a T, I think. But they take from the whales. They take this like goo / juice from them, from like their brain, I think, and it helps with aging. And the unobtainium helps with power sources, because the Earth is basically dying. A lot of the stuff you kind of have to look up. Like, I am really big. The only reason, let me talk about the pros first. One reason I don't dislike this movie as much as I dislike the first one, and as much as I should, is because I do have to give some kind of leniency to the fact that it's just my opinion. I do not enjoy Avatar at all. I can't connect with Pandora. I can't relate. It's too generic. I can give respect to the technical aspect of the movie. What he did, Wakanda Forever, the way the water was in that movie, phenomenal. And then he took it and went a step further, and his water, the filming of the water is amazing in this movie. The way the movie looks is great. Um, he does pretty good directing wise with how it looks. The movie is beautiful. It's stunning. If you see it in IMAX 3D HFR, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is beautiful. It's worth watching. Just like the first movie, it was beautiful. My only problem with Avatar is, for me, like, James Cameron's thing is technical aspects, directing, like action, things like that. To me, I love Titanic. Everybody loves Terminator, Aliens, all that. Like, I love most of his movies. Even Alita Battle Angel, he had a part in that too. Um, I just don't like Avatar. Avatar, I can't get with Pandora. I can't get with any of the characters. To me, the acting isn't, I wouldn't say bad per se, but it's not top notch. The problem with his movies is there's not much plot that's actually complex and interesting enough for me to care, and it's a lack of dialogue. The dialogue is atrocious in this movie. One thing I had to admit, I enjoy most of the Transformers movies because I grew up with Transformers and I liked watching them. The first like two movies are interesting. The third one's pretty decent, but the dialogue in most of them, if not all, is pretty trash. And I had to admit that. I'm like, yo, this dialogue kind of sucks. But the movie's interesting because I love Transformers. That's kind of how I feel about Avatar. I don't like Avatar. I never liked the first one. If you really think about it, Avatar has it's a huge movie and it makes a lot of money, but it has no cultural impact at all. Nobody, unless the movies are really out, nobody really talks about them. Just like any other movie, it can be a derivative of another movie. I personally just feel that he kind of derives from these other movies and doesn't really improve on it. I know there's a lot of people with the controversy of, oh, this movie, they're basically Dominicans and the Native Americans and this and that. I'm not disputing that at all. And I'm not saying that didn't impede my feeling of the movie. It's just, I was like, I've seen this movie and this isn't a better version of the movies that I've seen. Like the first movie, like Pocahontas, Fern Gully, Dances with Wolves. Second movie, Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas again, and Free Willy. Basically, like it's these movies, but nothing added to it, just in a different skin, kind of. I'm actually happy that people enjoyed the movie, and I'm happy that it made money because the people who worked on the movie will be able to, make their pay and everything. And to be honest, me personally, from how I felt, I kind of was like, man, this movie should make money. But it released in China, so it was gonna make a lot of money. A lot of movies didn't release in China, like No Way Home, Top Gun, they made a lot of money. This movie, I feel it mainly made money because it released in China, and a lot of movies didn't. But I will say I'm happy that it did, just due to the fact that after 13 years, if it didn't make money, that would have really sucked. So I'd rather the people who liked it and enjoyed it got that out of it and it made the money it was supposed to make, and that's better than me I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I feel like it was a waste of 3 hours of my time. I have not seen it again. Usually I've seen a bunch of movies that I did not like or that were bad movies. But this movie is just not for me. It doesn't have an interesting enough story. I can't really relate to the characters, and the dialogue is atrocious, and I can't get behind that. What is that? The Last Night Transformers movie? I wanted to walk out of that movie. That movie was too long, and it was horrible. This movie wasn't that bad. It was not that level of bad, but it was bad to me because it just didn't have anything I wanted. But if you go in there for technical aspect, maybe even action, not for me, but you will get what you want. You will, if you're going in there because you like movies to look great, and that's really all you care about, and like a generic subpar enough story, you're good. But I will say, for me, the main thing that really killed it for me for Way of Water is the youngest daughter. There's a part where she's like, dang it, I got caught again. And I was like, that's how I feel. Like, this movie is just, there's literally a point in the movie where the kids, most of the time spent and most of the plot is either swimming around in the water, barely any dialogue, people just looking like, you're great, Jake. Also, Neytiri, they nerfed her character. I feel like she was dumber in this movie, even though she was smarter than him in the first movie. So I'm not about to go deep into that. I don't, but I don't know. Her character devolved to me, and I didn't like it. And Jake is too much of a pivotal, which is crazy because I love Sam Worthington. I like the Clash of the Titans movies. I have nothing against Sam Worthington at all. I don't like the character of Jake Sully. But like I said, it's just there's like 4 times in the movie back to back where they got caught by the bad guys and then got released and got caught and got released. And it's like, dude, how pointless is this? This is so stupid to me. And also, my biggest gripe, which I feel was an issue for me, is they brought back Stephen Lang's character, and he was the villain in the first movie. You can't bring back, maybe if the sequel was done and released in a shorter time, you can't bring back a villain that nobody really cared about in the first movie. To be honest, with this movie, I remember Jake Sully because his name was Jake Sully, and I remember Neytiri. Most of the other people I did not remember. The people were not memorable. Even in this movie, I can't remember most of people's names because most of them didn't have really much dialogue, and it felt like everything they were saying, James Cameron was like, or whoever wrote, I know he had a hand in it, but they was like, this is a bar, finish it. Like, don't add any context, don't say anything else. This is like, they just would say stuff like, this is family, is our fortress. And then Neytiri would be like, and then that's it. And I'm like, bro, that wasn't deep at all. Like, what are you doing right now? And they would just say like phrases, like it was a Drake song or something, and they would be like, that phrase is hot, and people are gonna sit on that, and that's it. That's all I'm giving you. And then they would just go into more of pointlessness. That's just how I felt about the movie. It's just, and then like Stephen Lang's character comes back as an avatar in this movie. Him and a bunch of the soldiers from the first movie all get brought back as avatars because they saved their consciousness. Which the concept is cool, but you brought in characters that nobody cared about. I didn't care about these characters in the first movie. I don't want to see them again. I love Stephen Lang as an actor. I have no issue with him. It's just like I just didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't enjoy it. But if you want a beautiful movie and seeing it in IMAX 3D HFR, or any type of 3D HFR, beautiful, phenomenal. You would get what you want. Technical aspects, you would get what you want. But for me, it was just lacking in story and plot, and it was just not special. I will do the same thing I did with this movie. I will have more hope that the time that they spend will make the story more interesting for the third movie. Hopefully, I'm gonna watch it. Obviously, I can't dislike it if I don't watch it. Well, I can, but I can't validly say that. But Avatar: Way of Water, I just felt the movie was poo. I didn't enjoy it. If you enjoyed it, I'm happy you did. I'm happy it made its money. Good news, there's a third one coming. So no matter how poo I think it is, there's more, at least 3 or 4. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe.